All right. Well, I guess this is the first video um, of many. It's June 1st, 2025. Later than I anticipated to try and start the fitness journey. There's just been a lot going on, running simultaneously, a farm, getting it off the ground, and same with a cannabis company. But this was really just to do a quick progress thing. I mean, it's not really progress. I haven't trained consistently or actively since 2020, 2021. And then intermittently throughout the last 4 years, I've maybe worked out like consistently for like a 3 month period at one point, and at the tail end of COVID and stuff. But that's when I ventured into this whole like 2.5 year process with the companies. So anyway, here it goes. This is really to establish my set point, my starting point. Obviously, I stay pretty active, and my muscle memory is, there. Primarily a calisthenics athlete. Used to lift weights, play a lot of different sports, but I lost about 25, 30 pounds in the last 2 years or so, just from like working so much, not really eating enough, not sleeping enough, not taking care of myself. I eat whatever I want. I smoke weed every single day throughout the entire day. Large amounts, more than you're probably anticipating. And yeah, I mean, I've lost a lot of size. Like, one of the things I notice is my shoulders are like the same width as the rest of my arm here down to the elbow. And I think it's just because lack of training the shoulders. And then honestly, I just have always had absolutely insane biceps. And even the triceps aren't bad at all, you know? But I just wanted to kind of just gather this moment. I've worked out 3 times over the past month, because even though I wasn't really getting to start, I figured I would at least do it a little bit to start to like condition my tendons and muscles again. Like, I'm very sore right now, to be honest. I worked out 2 days-ish ago, 2 or 3 days, and just giving myself some recovery time because I have to work in between everything. So I don't really know. I don't even know what I look like from the back. But yeah, I've always had small waist. I'm probably a size like 29, 30 right now. I'm weighing in at 137 pounds, 138 pounds. I really was sitting at like 135 after losing all this weight. And to be honest, 130 was the lowest I got to. And I felt too skinny, too thin. I didn't feel good. So anyway, this natural light works well. It helps actually show the detail, because this is a starting point. I'm out of shape, but I'm very lean naturally all the time. And I haven't, like I said, I never macro calorie count, nothing like that. Obviously, it's calories in, calories out, and I'm pretty sure my genetics are just very, very good. Plus I conditioned my body since I was young, playing sports, stuff like that. But yeah, I guess this is kind of it. I'll put some occasional updates or like little montage things. I probably won't upload soon enough, or like frequently enough. But my plan is to try to record something like this, once a week. Get my averages on weight, like a weekly average, see how I trend, kind of trying to track my food. But it's just, I'm doing a lot at the moment. My cannabis company officially becomes operational in like 5 days. So there's just been an absolute ton of things going on, and it's springtime. So preparing the farm, a lot of the animals being born, etc. So I don't necessarily have all the time in the world. I've been having to wear many different hats. So what I do look forward to is seeing how this changes things. Like I said, I've trained a few times so far, and it was just calisthenics, no weights at all yet. But I will. That's actually part of the plan is to, because I haven't lifted weights actually in like 7 to 8 years. When I stopped training, I was purely calisthenics trainer, just body weight. I didn't even really do like additional weighted calisthenics either. I just did plain body weight, and it got to a pretty good level. My Instagram for that was and it is calisthenics MA, like for Massachusetts. That's where I'm from, and so you can find that on Instagram. It's a public page. I haven't uploaded anything new to it in like quite a while, because I just don't train, and I don't train people anymore. So um, that's really it. I mean, I don't even know. I could probably sit here and ramble all day. Just kind of appreciating how I am right now. The intended goal by the end of the year, in a very controlled manner, is to get my weight back up to probably around 160 pounds. 170 is the goal. I've never weighed more than 160. The most my weight ever really was probably 155 pounds, maybe 160. Never took creatine, never took protein. Didn't like I mean I took protein a little bit at points when I was young, and I took like some pre-workouts and stuff a little bit, but I never like took supplements, and I still haven't really to this day. I just got I have some protein, etc., and I have a number of other things on my list. But what I will say is what I'm mostly excited about is I'm a huge fan of Coach Greg Doucette, and I am kind of planning on perhaps tagging him in this and just seeing if it's something that catches his eye, because I know he's always looking for like natural athletes, whether they're natty or not, which I love. I love his videos on that shit. But I mean, right now he'd probably look at me and be like, "Yeah, dude, you're natural. Like clearly, like yeah, you're lean, yeah, you're in shape. Probably sitting anywhere from like 10 to 15% body fat. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm lower, maybe I'm in the single digits, but I feel like that's wishful thinking. Like I'm super lean, but that doesn't mean that I don't have it spread across. I am really, really interested in trying, potentially getting tested in the future and stuff like that, and see what I'm on. Like go do an MRI scan or something. But it's not really necessary at the moment. It'd be cool to do something like that at the tail end of the process, because I'd like to show and see like, hey, I went from this where like I'm clearly like 10-15% body fat, comfortably, I imagine, and you know what I mean? Like it's hard to even show with the lack of light and from a distance, but like I have striations fucking everywhere. So I mean, unless I just have a lot of fat in one particular part of my body, but I'm telling you, I'm not really a big dude. So yeah. So I'm just assuming, just to not be overzealous, 10-15%, because I know the six pack and some of the striations and stuff. So I know that's only really comes at a certain point. But yeah, I'd be interested to see, how my progress goes over this year, and I'm interested to see which one, which one of you guys, if anybody even bothers watching this shit, and if somehow like Coach Greg or somebody paid attention and saw this and saw like, oh wow, hey, cool, watch the track the progress over the months. I'm curious what he would say, because the one thing I will do, like the one thing I'll put out there is I'm 31 years old. I'm gonna be 32 years old in October, and I've always had really good genetics. Just to put it like mildly, really good genetics. I'm like a hyper responder to a lot of things, training, supplements, caffeine, whatever it is. It's sort of like my body, like my metabolism is really fast. And even when I've had some dental work recently, when they give me Novocaine, they have to give me more traditionally than like the average person, because even though I'm a smaller dude, because they're like, it most likely has something to do with my metabolic processes in my body. And, its ability to work through the substance, I suppose. And it's the same even with like weed or anything else. Like I kind of burn through it. It's not like these things don't affect me. It's just I think the duration isn't as like the half life isn't as long as it technically kind of could be. So yeah, I'm very interested. Like if someone like Greg or even just any other analysis or sorry analyst actually was able to like you know take a look at me right now, go okay, you're probably around this, blah 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 blah, and see where that leads on the progress. I'm very confident that I can maintain, if not definitely drop my body fat. Most likely actually get way more shredded than this. Like, I'm not even that shredded. Like, to most people, they'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're clearly shredded. But I'm not. Like, I'm like lean, I'm cut, this and that, but I'm not shredded and I'm not peeled, you know? And I put those in like tiers above. Like, you can be cut and whatever, then you can get ripped. I maybe am bordering on ripped, you know what I mean? And then it gets to shredded, and then it gets to whatever the hell I just said, peeled, which is like you're basically a professional athlete that's in like a bodybuilding competition, and it's like at an unhealthy level, if anything. So yeah, I'm curious based on like other people's opinions and et cetera, what they think. I know right now I'm still a little, you know, I'm so thin. Like it's very weird to see me like this in a way. Um, I'm used to having bigger arms, just bigger. When I work out, I put on weight. So that's why I'm very confident by the end of this year, if I stay consistent and I just aim to average a pound a week in weight gain or potentially a little less, I could comfortably hit my 155, 160 pound mark well and drop fat. I'm almost guaranteeing that because like I don't bulk and cut or any of that crap. I just main gain, which I never thought of it that way, like specifically, but as I was younger, I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna like work out. And conceivably, if I'm just like being generally healthy enough and I'm working out and I'm taking in enough protein, I'm stimulating my body. My body wants to build the muscle and the strength. It has the protein to do so, so it will do so. And in adequate amounts, it's going to prevent muscle breakdown if you're actually going into a calorie deficit, etc. But I think that for me, I never calorie counted, so I feel as though I just fluctuate. Like if this is my set point, even when I'm very active, like if this is it, I'm like dipping below and above constantly, like a wave pattern. And I believe personally that's just that's I'm just listening to my body on the day. If I'm really hungry, I eat. If I'm not, I don't eat as much. Um, there's bounds of reason, there's common sense, all these things, and obviously I'm like blessed compared to the average person. I don't have to like necessarily be super concerned. I clearly have a high set point for my calorie burn. Um, it is, I imagine, it's not really normal for someone to be like this. I mean, even with like strength stuff, I haven't trained with weights in years, and I haven't even trained in general in like 4 years. I just do my work and live my life, play some video games. I literally have a bag of honeycomb on my desk. I almost want to grab the phone and show. Like I'm just snacking on honeycomb. But again, it's not like the substance itself that matters. Is what's going in. It's like the calories in, calories out. So, um, yeah, I'm just I'm excited. Thank you for joining me. If you happen to do watch this video, definitely was not planning on it being as long as this was. In the future, it'd be cool to share a little bit more about what I'm up to, what I'm doing. Even with like in terms of my personal life and business and stuff, my cats. I got 3 kitties, disabled. I got a deaf boy with kidney issues, a blind boy with breathing issues, and his brother who has like sensory issues and equilibrium issues. So it's like I basically come home and take care of the 3 boys, and they eat up a lot of my time. So anyway, wish me luck. I mean, I can't, obviously, I'm not gonna promise anything, but that's the other caveat is like I'm turning 32. I've always had fantastic genetics, blah 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 blah. But now, like, years of inactivity leading into my 30s, would see how good the genetics stack up. Um, I deep down wholeheartedly believe that if I did not have other responsibilities and I had the ability to just, focus on my training, my regimen, having like a good diet, and not really like the quality of the foods as much, but more so like actually eating enough. I do not eat enough because I'm too busy. But if I had these things on lockdown, combined with the fact that, and I misdirected from it earlier, but I got some supplements from HTLT. So I got some protein, I got GO2 max, and I got Turk Builder Max with turkesterone, the real shit. And I notice when I've taken it the few times, and granted, I'm taking like one capsule each out of the GO2 and Turk. I've tried up to two each, and it's odd, right? It's not like caffeine, it's not a stimulant, it's not like that. The best way I could explain it is just your normal ebbs and flows as a person, right? Like, you go into the gym, you go to work, you're doing whatever you got to do that day, and some days you're just not feeling it and you're not in it, and then some days and it's just you're kind of achy and you just don't have the oomph and the energy and the want and the drive, and you just don't feel that great that day. And then other days you're just feeling good, you don't really have the aches, your back isn't tweaked, you just have more natural energy, right? Like, you go in, and sometimes you don't even experience it walking in. Sometimes you go in, you're like, all right, time to work out, and then as you start to get warmed up and doing your thing, your body kind of wakes up and it's like, yep, I'm in the mood today. And you have that great experience of a good workout. I feel as though Turk, the like feeling you get from turkesterone is similar to that. It's sort of just like this natural, it just kind of gives your body the little nudge in the direction of like, today's the day, come on. And I mean, it definitely made me work out hard. It's not like I said, I'm not in that great a shape in reality, like conditioning wise. Accidentally worked out so hard I got sick the other day when I trained for the third time. But that was my fault. I was on a slightly empty stomach after work. Really only water came out, so, it is what it is. But, yeah. Again, I appreciate the whopping like 1 to 3 people that'll probably see this at the moment. Intentional goal of this ultimately is get back to my former self some years ago, while implementing in all the knowledge and information I've managed to gather over the past 4 years and add it on to what I used to do. I used to do acro yoga, tons of sports like I mentioned, and I did weights, but I had stopped. I do plan to implement probably around 20-25% of my regimen is going to be weightlifting leading up in the near future. So I think that the stimulation of weightlifting, along with some protein and stuff, it's really going to set my body into overdrive and kick things off with the weight gain and everything. And really, the weight gain I'm going to get, it's going to be primarily muscle. Contrary to popular, there's the whole 1 in a million thing and all these things. I'd like to believe that my genetics are in the top tier, 100%. And I'll just prove it. And I guess that's all there is to say about it. So, anyway, I hope you all are having a wonderful Sunday, beginning of your week. Yeah. And you'll see me again soon enough.